Hey everyone, thank you guys for being patient. A lot of people, probably more than almost any profile I've done, have contacted me through YouTube private message, Facebook messages, or just the comments below asking for this PIPER EXODIA deck profile. This is a deck that I played for a very long time, and this is a version of it. So I'll show you guys this side and the extra here in a minute. And don't forget, this is, it's not my first draft, but I'm going to show you the first draft I ran that you're going to see like the duels from, and we can go over some of the changes I made and why. Okay, first thing is Deep Diver. Not ideal. I really don't like it, but it is the only card besides Sarko that can put a monster, any monster you want on top of your deck. Please feel free to give me other efficient ideas. And the fact that it's, has some kind of attack and defense, it's not horrible, but it's not great either. It's very effective. It works very well. First week I ran this, I ran 2 Ds, and I don't run them anymore. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just that they're not level 1, which is funny because I just talked to you about Deep Diver. And it's not that you don't want draw power, because you do. It's just that I kind of need stall power a little more. I don't want to turn it into a hardcore stall deck because those can fall apart, like Armades and Star Eater and so forth. So try these out, see how you like them. But now I have these put down. I put in the Fool, which is not great against all the popping that goes on nowadays. But you'd be surprised how long that sucker can last on the field, and it's a light. And then I put in Wing Karibo. It's also level 1 light. If you don't like Fool, run 2 Wing Karibos. This is never a bad draw. Even if it gets popped face down, it still works. So, it doesn't say it has to be destroyed by battle. So, anyway, very good card. Highly recommend him. Obviously, I'm running an Exodia deck, so I run the Exodia pieces. Duh. Okay, and then here comes the Piper engine. I only run the 2 Pipers because once you get one in the grave, you're pretty much set. They made DD Crow 1, so you always run 2. And it's never bad if you draw one of these and you use its effect, and then maybe you have 1 for 1 next turn or something. You want to get the other one rolling. 2 Kinkas, because the only reason these are in here is really for Exceeding and for the Pipers. I run Cyber Valley. I almost want to run 2, but it is so bad against all the single destruction in the game. I almost never use this card. I don't just sit it out there and wait for my opponent to attack and use its effect. Don't rely on that. Never rely on that. It's probably not going to last. So what you do with Cyber Valley is you use its 3rd effect. And that is, if you need to put something from your grave or back on top of your deck, like they Mind Crush one of your Exodia pieces, or you want to get back one of your War Arthals, this is the card. This is your, kind of like having a backup soldier. And the fact that you can draw from it is just amazing. Grave Squirmer, it's dark, it's 1, and it's you're out to certain cards. Naturi Beast is a problem. Vanity's Emptiness. Just some of those. It can pop any card in the field. It's like a Raikou, but it's just 1 card. But it has to become a battle, so that's it's a little slow, but it's still a great card. You could think about running a second on the side, but I really don't like it. Now this is the thing that I've noticed a couple people ask me about, and that why is Treeborn Frog in this version? Here is the reason. Because you run 3 War Arthals. Okay? And you need to make sure that every turn that you have a level 1 on the field, so you don't get it bounce back with Compulse or Warninged or whatever when they feel like you're about to make your push with the War Arthals or so forth. Then you run your stall, you run your 3 Faders, and you run your 3 Scarecrows. These are fantastic 90% of the time, but then you got those Star Eater and Armadeus and Vanities for these, Solemn. There's a lot of things that stop these, so if you just rely on these 6 cards to save your butt, you're going to be disappointed. And that's where the Wing Karibos started coming in and other things started saving my butt. So there's your monster engine. You run the Dark Hole because of the same reason you run Grave Squirmer. You have problem monsters, things that you cannot get around. Like your monsters can't do anything about them besides the Squirmer. You run your dualities because you do special summon a lot with with Treeborn or the Kinka, but there's gonna be a lot of times where you don't, where you're stalling. Okay, and there's nothing wrong with playing these. And the next turn, on your opponent's turn, you run the Faders. All right, before I ran 2 of the upstarts, which help you with your hope for escapes. Okay, but now I'm down to 1 upstart, and now I have Dark Eruption in there. Dark Eruption is for when somebody main decks something to get rid of, like if you run against Gravekeepers, boy that sucks. Because then you'd have to pretty much use your Eruption and your Valley and hope that you didn't lose more than 2 pieces, or you're pretty much going to lose game 1. Dark World is a big problem. And Dark Eruption provides a better out than Backup Soldier because you can get your head back. You could think about running Monster Reincarnation, but you really don't want to dump anything to the grave. You're already going to have problems anyway. Okay, so that's what I run for now. And it's really good to get back the Squirmer if you want to, or a Kinka that somehow got dumped. It's too bad. Sometimes you'll even dump a Fader. Like if you have 7 in hand, I'll dump a Fader. And then if I draw this late and I don't see my opponent have anything to cause me problems, I'll bring back a Fader to my hand. Sarko, one of the most powerful cards in the deck, gets you your head very quickly. Usually you're going to pick your head. If you already have the head in hand, I would not get a piece because then you don't let your opponent know what you're playing. They're going to have a good idea. But if it's like first game and you have a head in hand, Sarko for probably one of these, or probably one of those. So it's all about playstyle. Okay, you run the 3 War Arthals, which is fantastic. You have to pay 2,000. Actually, you don't pay. Excuse me. You take 2,000 damage. If you don't use the cards, which you don't. So what you do is you try to build them up where you can play 2 in a turn, and then play that on the same turn. And that's where I said the Sarko for this. You don't take any damage from War Arthal if you have 1 day apiece in the same turn. And you've drawn, and you've gotten 3 cards to your hand that turn. So you use 3 and you gain 3, but you gained 2 that you needed, and 1 that hopefully will help you. You're stupid not to run 1 for 1 because you want to get the Piper, you want to get a Winged Karibo, you want to get a Cyber Valley, you want to get, something on the field is going to help you. You can't do the Kinka, but, hopefully you can find a way to get Kinka to your hand. And then Foolish Burial because you run the Treeborn and you run the... you don't really want to draw the Pipers. You'd rather 1 for 1 them or Foolish them. Not that it's a bad draw. I just guess I'll lay these on top. And you run 3 Roars, and you run 3 Hope for Escapes. That's it. Hope for Escape. Make sure you understand how it really works and that you're using them at the right time. That's one more reason why you, like I said earlier, you run the upstarts. But you're also going to use them. Sometimes you want to take a little damage, or just use your Wear Off That early. That puts you 2,000 below. Maybe take another little hit, pay the 1,000 here, and you can draw 2. So, anyway, there's your main deck. Let's jump into. Let's go straight into the side. Okay, this is what makes my build unique, and I don't know if you guys got to see it on the duels because I can't remember which ones I uploaded. But I side out 15 and or 14 actually, and then switch the deck. So if everybody takes their attack power, they take bottomlesses and all that kind of stuff out. They don't usually take Impulse out. They realize they need that, but so I switch it up into my attack version, and it's not as powerful, obviously. Now before I ran a Gores, 2 Caius, but now I run 3 Caius. So nothing's wrong with Gores, but it's hard to find the room. Now, Sorcerer is going to come back to 2, so you may want to change my version and do that instead. Now, I run Prohibition, but I'm realizing I don't want this really anymore. I'm going to put a Cyber Dragon in here for this. You got to run some MSTs, because if you're going to play the attack version, you got to have some answers. I have 2 creature swaps. I'm thinking about taking out Torrential and going with 3. Curse Seal of Forbidden Spell is no matter whether you're playing the Exodia version or you're playing the, this is why I say 14, or you're playing the other version, the reason you want to have this is for those usually Dark World players when they play that Drag Down or that Royal Tribute or something that's just going to annihilate you. I even had somebody play DD Designator against me. And then 2 Decrees. So that's not even, I don't think that's even, so 3, 6, 9, 12, yeah, that's 15. Okay, and then you'll see an extra slot. I'm only running 14 Exceeds right now on Synchros on my my extra because I have room for Chimera Tech. It's just too good with the Cyber Dragon and with the fact that I run machines like that guy. And Swift Scarecrow. Okay, so when I go for attack version, I've got my Thought Ruler, Stardust. Now, this is where people are going to like, well, why not Scrap Scrap Dragon? That's fine if you want to put a Scrap Dragon in there instead of a Thought Ruler, but I like to gain life, and, you know, why not? I'm paying a lot of life with my my cards. Okay, Scrap Archfiend's kind of a personal choice. It's not the greatest, but it's a good 7. It's beat stick, and it gets over Draco Sack, and go head-to-head with Master Blades, Big Eye, you know, whatever. And Gaia, because you, if I run Cyber Dragon, I can make him easy. This guy can be any level, so I can make really any number I want. Catastor, Army Arm, and Formula Synchron. Okay, these are also easy to make with 6s because you got Caiuses and you got 2 Chaos Sorcerers, so that's one more reason why I got rid of Gores, because I'd rather run Chaos Sorcerer. 2 Slackers, and this guy, Shamole, or Shamagia, or whatever you want to say. These are quite good, actually. They don't really stall too much. They have 2,000 defense, but they let you draw, you and your opponent draw, or you and your opponent gain 1,000 or something like that. So, not bad to gain the 1,000. It can really help if you need just that extra 1,000 to pay for one more Hope for Escape, which you literally am hoping for an Exodia piece. And then I have like a token. So that's the deck. Hopefully I explained it to where you guys can understand what's going on and kind of get some ideas and see some of the changes I've made. I'm going to go a little more stall heavy. I might even put some more draw power, extra draw power in, but it's got to be a 40 card deck. And then, you know, the attack version, please change it however you want. You know, put that extra sorcerer in real soon. The 3rd creature swap's really good. It surprises people. Prohibition, I would not recommend it. I should have already taken that out prior to the video. And the rest is a personal choice. Like I said, take this out for the creature swap and put that Cyber Dragon in. Thank you guys for watching. And please comment below with your thoughts, your personal experience, and so forth. I would love to hear what you guys think. I'm sorry this deck is a little pricey to pick up. But it's, you know, once you get the Pipers, the rest of this is not bad. I mean, you can get a lot of this for pretty cheap. You know, I can't think of a single card in my main deck that's pricey. That, you know, is only one rarity. I mean, the dualities have a little value, but no, there's really nothing in that deck that has much value. Alright guys, I would love it if you click that like button and maybe, you know, a little ad or whatever here and there. I'd like to give away a box and more on my giveaway probably sometime in February once I get my AdSense money, and I'll be spending it on you guys to get at least 1 box, if not some more stuff, for the 5,000 subscriber giveaway. Tell your friends. Thanks guys.